Hey guys, NCWQ here. I hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to my live stream and chat. Um, I've had a really interesting day today. I got my mail and got my paperwork to go get my inspection done for my car. So I took it to Firestone and had them do my inspection, which here in North Carolina, or maybe I don't know if it's other states as well, but here in North Carolina, for a car that is 20 years and older, all you have to do is have a safety inspection. And when the car is under 20 years of age, you have to have the safety inspection plus an emissions inspection. So I only had to have the safety inspection done, which was the good thing, but also led me to find out some other things that are wrong with the vehicle, which are things that he said I will definitely have to have fixed before next year, if the car lasts that long, because I'm riding on a wing and a prayer. The nice thing was is today my car decided that it was not going to make the crazy funky noise, so that was a good thing for me. Thank you, God. But what they did tell me that I'm going to have done, let me see if I can pull it up, is I'm going to have ball joints, both upper, front. Now, what got me is the parts. The parts are cheap. It's the work that costs the money, because the part is only $59.99 for the both upper and front, but the labor is $230. So then that's the front, both upper. Okay. Now, when you go to both lower front, they're $76.99, and then it's $432 for the unit price and labor. Then they said my shocks are bad, so there's $135 for Shock GR 2 gas. I guess I don't understand what any of that is. Front shock or strut assembly, it's $135, and work is $129. So I guess that's not bad. And then I have to have shocks for the rear, which are $116, and the work itself is $288. Anyway, all of that put together, along with I need to get an alignment done after I have the shocks and the ball joints done, that's $101.99. And then they said I do need to get my wiper blades replaced. So that'll be a cumulative total of $2,186.95. So anyway, I don't know if maybe ball joints cause the noise on the car or not, but he did say my ball joints are going bad, and they're not at a point of being dangerous yet, but they are going bad. Okay, so let's look into other news for today. I was looking at something interesting. 50 million tons of water vapor from Tonga's eruption could warm Earth for years. And it says the explosive event increased atmospheric water vapor by 5%. More than 8 months after the underwater volcano near Tonga erupted on January 14th, scientists are still analyzing the impacts of the violent blast, and they're discovering that it could warm the planet. Now, not like we aren't already experiencing a lot of warmth here, this summer, oh my God, it was hot. Okay, so anyway, it says recently researchers calculated that the eruption of Hunga Ha'api spewed a staggering 50 million tons, or 45 million metric tons, of water vapor into Earth's atmosphere, in addition to enormous quantities of ash and volcanic gas. This massive vapor injection increased the amount of moisture in the global stratosphere by about 5% and could trigger a cycle of stratospheric cooling and surface heating, and these effects may persist for months to come, according to a new study. Now, my personal thought, what comes up, goes up, must come down, right? So if water is shot into the atmosphere, wouldn't it eventually fall? I mean, just saying. Look at all the places that have been flooding. I mean, just a thought. Okay. You know. Anyway, Tonga eruption began on January 13th, peaked 2 days later, and was the most powerful witnessed on Earth in decades. The blast extended for 162 miles and sent pillars of ash, steam, and gas storing more than 12 miles into the air. That's a long way. Okay. Big volcanic eruptions typically cool down the planet by belching sulfur dioxide in the upper layers of Earth's atmosphere, which filters solar radiation. Particles of rock and ash can also temporarily cool the planet by blocking sunlight, according to the National Science Foundation, University Corporation for Atmospheric Research. In this way, widespread and violent volcanic activity and the Earth's distant past may have contributed to global climate change, triggering mass extinctions many millions of years ago. Anyway, so the researchers analyzed the amount of water in the plumes by evaluating data gathered by instruments called radiosones, which were attached to weather balloons and sent aloft into the volcanic plumes. As these instruments rise through the atmosphere, their sensors measure temperature, air pressure, and relative humidity, transmitting that data to a receiver on the ground, according to NWS. Okay, so that was interesting. Now on to some scarier stuff. Found a piece of news regarding Russia and its escalation in Ukraine and what the U.S. is considering in potential use. Yeah. Okay. With concerns growing that Vlad will escalate war in Ukraine, the U.S. is considering how to respond to a range of potential scenarios, including fears that Russians could use tactical nuclear weapons, according to 3 sources briefed on the latest intelligence. The U.S. has since the start of the conflict been developing contingency plans to respond, including the possibility that Russia's president could escalate via a step just sort of a nuclear attack on Ukraine, through what one source described as a nuclear display, such as a potential military strike on Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, or the detonation of a nuclear device at high altitude or away from populated areas. Officials caution the U.S. has not detected preparations for a nuclear strike. However, experts view them as potential options the U.S. must prepare for as Russia invasion falters and as Moscow annexes more Ukrainian territory. U.S. officials have also taken somber note that the Russian president's repeated public threats to use nuclear weapons. In a televised address late last month, Putin said, if the territorial integrity of our country is threatened, we will no doubt use all available means to protect Russia and our people. This is not a bluff. Anyway, I've just been looking at some stuff, and yeah, I think that all of us need to be prayed up and know what's going on and keep an eye on things. Alright, looks like Hawaii's been kind of busy. Let's go see where this last quake with Hawaii hit at. I like how they changed to the new color for Hawaii, for the EMSC. That's cool. Uh-oh. Okay, there it is. So how y'all been doing today? I hope all of y'all have been well today. Where'd my mouse go? Okay, there's my mousey. What we got here? We got Hawaii's Volcano National Park here. We got Kilauea's Natural Area Reserve over here. Got a a forest reserve here. Mauna Loa's up here. That one's more towards the ocean here. What else we got? Actually, I like this. That's like really nice looking. It's totally different than it did look before it was green. Okay, what else would we had today? Nevada had a 3.0. Just checking some stuff out. It's been nice here today. I woke up and it was nice and cold outside. You know, I was thinking about something. I'd rather it be cold than be hot. When it's hot, you can't take off enough to get warm, to get cooler. But when it's cold, you can put on more to get warmer. So, that makes things better. Alright, where are we in Nevada? There are people outside yelling. You give me 1 second. Looks like the workers who've been here getting rid of the trees and stuff outside, they actually did cut down the tree that we had. This is interesting. Let's see the name, but you can see what region it's in. So our earthquake's out over this way. I believe that's a convergent or divergent line there. Let me see if I can get it to stop on it. Nope, I'll do it when it goes back up. It was supposed to go back up. Okay. Silly thing. Okay, there we go. Sometimes it likes to get stuck. Well, I don't see the lines through here. So I'm not sure what that line was. Well, it had to have been... Maybe I was looking over here. These are fault lines. The only other lines I see are over here. We have Buffalo Valley over here, which is a volcano. And this is a mine. That's Gretchen Mine right here. So I was close to it. So that's Gretchen Mine right there. This is a volcanic field right here. That's Buffalo Valley. That's Battle Mountain right there. So this is a mine. You can tell a mining company. Hang on 1 second. My poor computer has had it today. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's go look at this one in Spain, because all these Spain earthquakes, there's something going on in that area. I mean, I've been watching Spain left and right lately. Whee! Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna get sick. Okay. Whee! What we got over here? We got mountains. Looks like mountains. Could be vineyards. Maybe vineyards. It's a mountainous area. Very interesting. Something or other de Solar. No views out that way. I would say it could be oil. I don't know. I'm not gonna guess on that one. Let's go back and see if we can find a different Spain one. I wonder if it's in the same area. Yeah, same area. Pretty much. No, I haven't looked to see if there's any volcanic fields over this way at all. Looks like there could be some mining, but I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just looking. My guess is as good as anybody else's. Have no idea what this is. You can't seem to go up that hill there, so you can't look. Can't tell. I don't know. I'm not even guessing. Pakistan had a 3.6. Wreck James Ridge had a 4.8. South Sandwich Islands had a 5.5. Southern California had a 2.7. Let's go look at the 2.7. This looks like it's down by the Salton Sea. Yeah, the Salton Sea's here. Then you have the transform fault, but you also have the San Andreas goes through there. This is Anza Borrego Desert State Park here. Let me see if I have the faults on here for California. I probably don't. I have the ones for the Bay Area. I don't have them on right now. So we have the San Andreas through this way. So that's where the California quakes was hitting. And that was a 2.7, 12 kilometers deep. Then we had 2 earthquakes in Texas. Let's see. They're both in relatively the same areas. So we'll go see where the larger one is, which was a 2.8. So this is over there in the area where those other earthquakes were happening before. Huh. Interesting. You don't know. This is Texas, so oil, oil, oil. And this is the Tres Picos volcanic field right here. Anywho, you guys, I just wanted to get on here, look through some earthquakes, see what's been going on. Well, there was a 2.5 in Kansas. Let's go to Kansas, you guys. Oh, we got to look at hurricanes and stuff real quick, too. So we're going to do that. Let's go to Kansas. I doubt anybody felt this one. That was by Buff Creek. So, I kind of doubt anybody felt that one. Well, maybe. There is something over here. Farming, I think. It looks more like farming. Could be farming. This could be grain silos. Never know. What's over here? That looks like a house. No, that could be oil, but it could also be farming. And of course, there's no street view, so I can't say. Okay, so let's look up the weather. Let's see what windy's showing. Here's my windy. Let's see what the weather looks like. Well, looks like we've got some weather moving through the middle of the country. And this mass is still moving off into the ocean. Let's see, satellite shows, I think we have a cold front that's actually pushing this down. We've just been nice and cool here all day. Okay, so let's look at we'll see what's going on with the hurricanes. Okay, so this one here is a 30% chance of forming. So I believe that's the one that was yesterday. It's up from 20, so now it's 30%. This one here is not 70%. So said it should turn northwestward by midweek over the eastern tropical Atlantic. So by mid, probably here maybe. Northwestward would mean it's going on a track this way. This one here it's going to reach the Windward Islands in the eastern Caribbean Sea by midweek. So keep an eye out for that. Alright, let's look at the eastern Pacific. Orleans has made it onto land. It's got 35-mile-an-hour winds right now. But now we've got Payne. And Payne has 35 knots, 40 miles per hour for winds. And it is moving northwest, northwest, so it's actually moving this way at 6 miles per hour. And this one here is moving northwestward. Well, it's moving west-northwestward right now, but could turn northwestward toward the end of the week. So interesting. I'm gonna tell y'all something else I look at, because this is easier for me to look at, and sometimes I get more info. Ta-ding! Okay, so I look at this one here. This shows like kind of the path that it's headed, so you can see what they're saying here. And this shows all three of them here. Central Pacific. This is totally different. This is the 5-day graphical tropical outlook. So I keep this one saved. Alright, you guys, well, I hope y'all enjoyed my little update. I hope I didn't bore y'all too much. Hope y'all are doing well. Please be good to yourselves. And please be good to each other. Please look out for each other, and much love.